And then at the same time I was working in animation, I was doing comic books. I got a job at, see, this is this out of order, but this is the VHS films from that time. Just to show you young guys that we had this kind of thing. You guys just, well, today's streaming, you know. Okay, this is the author, another author in Brazil who was very popular, and I used to work for him as a comic book artist. At the same time I was doing animation. And the first time I got credited, my name on something wasn't animation, was actually comic book. It was actually, as you can see my name there in yellow. But that was the very first time I had my name on something that I worked, was in comics. And this is the level of the drawing at the time. I think I was around maybe 17 or 18 years old doing this. They're very simple, and I was learning, still learning. And I used to take all kinds of jobs. I used to take whatever there was, I'll take it, you know. That was a great learning experience to draw poses, draw, you know, personalities and expressions. And then one day I saw this movie called The Secret of Name. I don't know if you guys know this movie.
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah, you know there. And yeah, this is the movie, The Secret of Name. When I saw this movie, I was blown away. I was like, these guys who did this are amazing. I want to work for them. And they're not Disney. Because I was looking, there's no Disney name here. Then I found out about the creators and the director, Don Bloth. And I had to find out who he was. And at the time, remember, no internet, no computers, nothing. It was very difficult to find information, you know. But I found this book that had the address of the studio, where they were in Ireland, in Dublin, Ireland. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, this is the address for the studio I want to work for. So for 1 year, I prepared my portfolio, my drawings, and yeah, see that's the address there. And I saved my money, which was very difficult. For 1 year, I only got $1,000 through the whole year because I didn't get paid a lot. So it was very difficult to save money, but I was able to save $1,000 and buy my plane ticket to Ireland. So I flew to Ireland from Brazil. And when I arrived there, this is the studio at the time. I took a taxi to the studio. And this is me at the time, long time ago. I was a skinny guy. So I got to the studio, hey, I want to work here, I want to meet Don Bloth. And I had my portfolio, and they said, no, just go back to Brazil and send your portfolio. And if you like, we should call you. I said, no, I'm here, look, I'm here. I want to show my work here, I want to show my portfolio. No, go back to Brazil. And they call everybody from the studio. Nobody knew what to do. And I had to beg more, please. And they said, no, go back home, don't do this. And then eventually after 1 hour, I said, come back tomorrow, go back to your hotel, come back tomorrow. So I came back the next day, I begged more. And they said, okay, enough. They took me inside and showed my portfolio to the owner, to the director, Don Bloth himself. And he saw my work, he said, you are hired, you're an animator here. So I was hired on the spot, you know. That's why you have to, don't give up, you know. If they say go back, no, try again, because if I had come back home, it wouldn't be the same story. So Don Bloth saw my work and he hired me as an animator. Okay. This is me at the time, working Tambelina. Tambelina was my second feature film. I don't know if you guys know Tambelina, yeah? You do? Okay. That was my second film that I worked on. I was 19 when I went to Ireland, when I was hired. I was 19 there, and I turned 20 in Ireland. So with Don Bloth, I worked on Drawing Central Park, one of my first feature film as an animator. Tambelina, as I said. Some of the characters from Drawing Central Park. Tambelina, this is my shot.
Now in ballroom, they will be shown under the name Revolting Children.
Penguin.
Now.
In Anastasia.
Yes.
Yeah, I was a directing animator on this film. I had a team of animators that I had to work with and supervise them. And then I was thinking, I like here, but I want to go to Disney. I want to work at Disney. My dream was to go to Disney. So I prepared my portfolio. He sent to Disney, and they hired me. So I left Don Bloth Fox Animation. They're not very happy when I left. And at the time I was in Arizona because the studio moved from Ireland to Arizona in the US. So I just drove my car to California and started working at Disney, Fantasia 2000. I did work on this section here with the Firebird. My first animation at Disney was doing the butterflies, you see here. And then Tin Soldier from Fantasia. And then the Emperor's New Groove, my favorite project ever that I worked on. And I did all these characters. They gave me all these small characters to do. The theme song guy, the waitress, the old man. And they told me, okay, these are your characters, do whatever you want, have fun. I did also model sheets for the other animators to help them with poses, like turnarounds, so the animators can understand how to draw them. Worked on Tarzan a little bit to help. Home on the Range as a supervising animator. This is the character I did, the sheriff, and also the goat, Jeb. Jeb is an old man, he's very cranky guy, And then one day they laid me off because I moved to Florida. I stood in Florida and to work in a movie there, but they closed the studio and fired everybody, So I left, went back home to Brazil, and started work as a freelancer. So I worked on many movies, Proud Family. I did layouts, and I did more than animation. Did the layouts and the character designs. And I opened a little studio to produce the whole thing. So we did a whole section of the movie with my team. I've got a team there to work. And model sheets for the film. And then Asterix and the Vikings. I don't know if you know the Asterix characters. Curious George. A Spanish movie, Chicken Rita, Enchanted. What else? Yeah. Kung Fu Panda, all the short films of Kung Fu Panda I worked on. Something for a short for the How to Train the Dragon. More Kung Fu Panda. I did storyboards for TV at the time. What else? Some storyboards. I did these illustrations for the theme parks for Universal. So if you go there, you see the drawings on the wall with the minions. And then they called me back to Disney. After a few years, to work on The Princess and the Frog, which was very fun to work. But I felt there was something weird there at Disney. It wasn't the same as before, because they went faster. Less money and faster. So it wasn't very nice for me at the time. So I left, I went to DreamWorks, and worked on a movie called Me, My Shadow that they canceled, which was a beautiful movie. I have some animation also to show later. And then we worked on the Kung Fu Panda short also. Then I got this phone call from Nemo Academy in Italy. And I was like, who's Nemo Academy? What is that? So they invited me to Italy. They gave me an award for my work, which was the first time I got an award from them. And they published my books. They published one, and then the next year another, then another, then another. What is that? many books. And then I worked on Angry Birds, the feature film as a character design. I did all the design, final designs for this movie. I worked for Leica on this movie, Missing Link, and also Kubo as a character designer and animator, doing animation tests. But this is stop motion, it's not drone, it's stop motion with puppets. But we did animation, draw animation for reference. Then I went to a studio called Duncan Studios to work on Mary Poppins Returns. And it's funny because Mary Poppins is a Disney film, but Disney at the time, they could not produce animation by hand anymore. They didn't, because they didn't have the pipeline. It's all CG, all computer, so they had to send to another studio. That was the studio in, that we did Mary Poppins. Smaller, only a few people. I did the penguins mostly. And I got an annual award for my work on Mary Poppins. It's like the Oscar of animation, called Annie Awards. Then I worked on Scooby, the CG movie Scooby as a designer. Helped design all these characters for CG. Klaus, I don't know if you guys know this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I worked on Klaus, Space Jam 2. This is a Brazilian movie called Perlius, Intergalactic. This is a movie that's coming out called Nimona.
يرجى من والدة الطفلة سارة محمد منال
And
البرجاوي.
this is the one I'm working on right now called Fixed.
الرجاء من والدة الطفلة سارة محمد
That's
منال
it.
البرجاوي التوجه إلى خدمة العربي والقرب العربي.
So it's a long